Hey, you're joining us right in conversation. And first of all, let me tell you, good morning, Drive Safe Dave. Love that bright shirt of yours. I've gotten rid of the mask because Drive Safe Dave had a problem with it yesterday. Angry Drive Safe Dave, I can say. And I've gone to a mask that I'm going to wear and just to make you feel more safe, Drive Safe, because I'm all about the people, Drive Safe. What about the guy in Colorado? You know, I understand that in the afternoon on that show there, we're hearing a lot of people saying, guilty, guilty, hang the guy, string him up. He deserves all that. What are your thoughts regarding his, and if you're not aware of that, this is the same guy that he got sentenced to 110 years. And he's kind of being linked in my mind, into a law that's out there for murderers. And I don't think that he went in there with a murderer type attitude. He's going down a highway that may be a little tough to, going down some of them hills. Inexperienced driver.
One of the steepest in the country.
Yes,
one of the most difficult.
From Cuba on top of it. I don't know how long he's been in the States for that, but he's 23 years old, young kid, drives down, he had an opportunity, they believe, to have a ramp, one of the runaway ramps, didn't take that ramp, piles into some cars, kills 6 people, 28 vehicles, just completely destroyed, 110 years. Dave, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I look back and I saw the story yesterday. It's been all over the news. I watched a little bit of it yesterday. The law doesn't allow for any way the judge, like Texas law allows for the judge to make certain recommendations, also can change the sentence structure, but this law in Colorado doesn't allow for the sentence structure to be changed, and therefore the sentences, each case must be served consecutively and not at the same time, and so it pushed it out to 110. Basically, they gave this guy a life sentence forever,
as well as over 4.5 million signatures now on the some kind of web page that's out there to make. I think it's change.org, as a matter of fact, that's for this part right here, saying no, that's not what it's for. The driver, the young kid, 23, and I must say kid because that's what he is, in tears as he said, "I'm not a murderer. I didn't do this with the intent." And Dave, as a driver that's been in that, and now so he didn't have brakes, right?
Correct.
And he's probably not the first one. They have these runaway, and I wondered in my heart, I'd love to see this in court, just to see some of the things. I wonder how many times he's traveled up and down that road.
Yeah, from what I understand, and also from the video, and from the he is very inexperienced on the mountain. So I'll tell you, it is a different beast down there, especially when you don't know exactly how to do the brakes. I mean, you got to be really careful when you come in. It's not going up the mountain that's the difficult part. It's actually coming down, especially when you're pulling heavy. And I'll tell you, I also asked for clemency for this man.
For sure.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be punished. I'm not saying, I just think a life sentence, this probably doesn't deserve a life sentence.
Yeah, he is accused of vehicular homicide as well as 23 other charges. The Colorado DA is asking everybody to reconsider this right here. This is back in April of 2019. I really do struggle with it.
Did you see it on the news?
Oh, yeah.
The judge didn't want to sentence him.
No, he didn't want to sentence him.
The judge said, my hands are tied. I can't even give you anything less than the minimum, and the minimum is 110 years. There's nothing I can do about it. And he said, the law needs to be changed. He said, because we can't do anything to affect, because this doesn't seem equitable under the law.
Dave, I remember dispatching earlier in my career, and I had a driver, and I can't think of his name. He was a 6'8" kid, about 23 years old. He was, and you know what? Me as a dispatcher, I didn't know anything different. Just take 70 across. Because if you're just looking at a map, that's what you're the shortest distance
between 2
That's
points.
What I'm telling you to go. Just do that. It's just a mountain. You'll be okay. I've never been through that myself. I tell the driver to do it. He gets to the top of that hill and he goes down, I guess, like the first one, and he's done. He pays somebody. He gets on the CB. I guess there's people there that will drive your truck down. He pays somebody to get him down that hill. He wasn't doing it again, nor did he ever go there again. he came back in and just talking to me in the office. He was in tears over that.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it was
it's a white knuckle. The
he
first
had
time you
no,
did it,
he didn't have enough experience. First time ever to do that, and he was scared.
I was listening about the conversation about the guy in Colorado. I feel for this guy because I've been in that position. My first time over a mountain, well, I was 21 years old, and it was on the Grapevine over there. And I had a trainer with me. Went up the mountain, got up on top. I thought everything was fine. He got back in the sleeper, never watched me go down the mountain or nothing, just let me go by myself. And it was at nighttime, and I had a guy behind me. He said, Clem, he said, you're smoking a little bit. I said, shit, I didn't think nothing about it. You know, I'm just smoking. What are he talking about? I turned my back light on and looked back. I couldn't even see my trailer. And I said, what do you mean I'm smoking? I'm on fire. And, you know, that's me coming down the mountain my first time. And, you know, my guidance, he was in the sleeper. You should have been up there with me. And it was a terrible situation because when I come off that mountain, I was moving. And I was about 2 miles from the bottom. And I didn't know no better. I just put it in neutral and down the hill I come.
holy crap.
And it could have been a terrible mess.
My first experience with a mountain was the famous Cabbage Patch in Oregon.
Yep.
And before I got to the Cabbage Patch, I had been asking guys, because I hadn't been in the mountains, being from Texas, I had asked some guys how to drive in the mountains. And I'll never forget the advice I got from a 40-year veteran. And in the bathroom at a truck stop, he told me, young man, you can go down that mountain one time too fast or a million times too slow. He said, did you understand that? I said, with all clarity. And I've been like that ever since.
Wow.
Because when I came up on that thing, it has those 3 warnings before you get up there, before you start ascending.
Pull over, check your brakes.
And, oh, my God, I was scared. I still have my shirt that I got at the bottom that says I conquered the Cabbage Patch.
Again, this one here was, you know, I kind of wonder what's going on. Great job by this driver letting the crazies go. But what doesn't make sense is this car, right at the beginning of the video, it almost loses control, it seems like a little bit. Like it jumped out there because you can see it keeps drifting all the way. But then there's nobody in front of it and it's braking. And so I don't know if they're mad at the 3 that are in the left lane slowing things down and they're, you know, giving them hand gestures, possibly.
Communicating crazy.
Yeah, that they're number one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there either, but I can tell you that this is definitely the wolf pack you want to avoid over here.
Yes.
And that's what's going on right here. You want to avoid the wolf pack because you got a little bit of crazy action happening.
You know, and we talked about this yesterday on the 9 o'clock show where we did the aggressive driving and how to avoid it and not get caught up. And folks, don't acknowledge it. Don't get in like this white car. If that's what they're doing, you don't ever want to do that in this day. Just let crazy be crazy and back off and be patient. But to come out here and to do whatever you're doing, because clearly there's nothing in front of that vehicle. And now he or she is going to cause this vehicle to brake. And now, like Dave said, you got a wolf pack. You don't want to be anywhere near. This driver did a phenomenal job just backing off of the crazy. That's what you got to do. Situational awareness here, you know, able to slow down. Look, keeping the space and allowing the car to exit, right? Car's got the brakes on. There's a problem. He or she missed their turn, right? But this driver did a great job at slowing the traffic behind him or her to help. This is what we talk about. When you think you can't affect what's behind you, you can. And this driver did a pretty good job at least slowing this lane down and able to allow this person to, oops, I forgot my exit.
Yeah.
Folks, this is, you know, again, great job by this driver, but you can see the truck ahead. You got to just talk to your families, talk to your friends, talk to your relatives. Show them these videos if you've got them. You know, make sure that everybody sees how dangerous intersections are. We have to get that word out, you know. And again, the truck just blows right through a red light. You know, great job by this driver not doing it, but it just shows how you've got to prepare to stop. But we need you to share these videos with everybody so they all see what you all are seeing out there.
I don't even think he hit his brakes.
I don't either.
I think he just blew it. I
It
mean,
was
he just-
yellow, and he said, "Okay, I'm not getting stopped."
I don't even know it's yellow. It was red all the way, wasn't it?
It looked like it.
Because
It
it's
was hard.
just now turning green.
Yep.
So I think he just blew the red light.
red all
Yeah,
the-
he was just like, wow, I'm out of here.
Good point.
Yeah, he just blew that red light. It was like,
Can you
that's so
imagine?
dangerous.
Oh yes. Here again, intersections. Any intersections are dangerous. Great job by this driver. Being able to stop.
Yep.
And slow and let these people
I
out.
like the advanced move before that, moving to the middle lane so that he could give a little bit more room to the truck coming over.
Yep.
See that? He
Yes.
knew he wasn't going to be able to turn left, so he actually moved to the middle lane to give him a little bit more space. And it was a good defensive posture. I like that move.
Yes. Great job. And here,
What's going on here?
well, we're driving on a curb. And
Oh,
a
did we leave the
sidewalk,
roadway?
maybe?
Did we leave the roadway?
Yeah, it looks like it. Because
You
you see
can't
the
do
little
that.
jar
Yeah, you
right there
can't-
as you
you
come on the
can't-
curb.
Can't
Folks,
leave the roadway.
this was a great opportunity to pack your patience. Practice it, right? We talk all the time, you got to practice your patience, right? There's no reason. Just be patient here. Don't drive on the curb. Save the equipment. It's easy to tear something up when you drive on these curbs.
You
if
can
you-
wait for the Starbucks coffee
Yeah.
later. You can get it later. You can't leave the roadway. That's a definite violation. That's definitely against the law. You can't do that. You can't roll up on the curb and drive along the side of the curb. You've just got to wait till your turn. Like Bob said, pack your patience. Be the guy everybody wants to be.
And distractions can come from anywhere. And there it comes from the right. We got one of those motorized shoots, with the little lawnmower engines. I've
That's
seen
good.
them. They sound like little lawnmower
yeah.
engines
I
up
like,
there.
I like that we moved the camera over there. Yeah, I like that.
So,
Yeah.
again, distractions. They're everywhere, folks. It's just kind of a lighthearted way to show that you just got to be aware of everything that's going on because
Is that a power pole that he's driving by? He's flying next to you?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he on the other
I
side.
thought that's what was
he's on,
gonna happen.
He's
I
on the
thought they
other
were-
side of it.
Yeah.
He turned around and went the other way. Yeah, like, hey, maybe not a good idea. I'll go the other way.
Oh, goodness. And then, again, great professionalism here, folks. You can see the chaos, right? This is nothing but chaos right here, and nobody's moving. There. And then this car's got to jump out around the red car. Don't know why. We talk about the impatience. Man, great job by this driver. Hey, that red car is trying to be patient, and the white car just says no. And so this driver lets them both in. Just a great job. One of the things we're talking about the winter driving conditions and the freezing rain, the sleet, and definitely ice we don't want to drive on. But it catches us off guard. Everybody remembers actually it was this year in February in Texas where it started out with rain and it had that freezing rain mix. And everybody thought they were on wet pavements. And the next thing you know, you had 95, 98 vehicles in an accident on Fort Worth where people lost their life. And so it's that catch you off guard stuff that you've really, all drivers, not just truck drivers, all of us have to be aware of. That we talk a lot about situational awareness on here. When them roads are wet and we know the temperatures are around freezing, you have to assume there's ice. You can't just say, oh, it's wet because I've been driving for 3 miles and it's been nothing but rain. Because then all of a sudden, you get into that patch. We knew it was coming. And just by that and being alert and planning, we were watching videos already and caught a truck fishtailing a little bit over a bridge. So it told us right away the bridges were already icing and you were able to get the drivers off the roads before the major thing happened. And again, you just can't get caught off guard. And that's where some of this, especially right now, it's real dangerous because the temperatures have been mild. We've had a mild start to the winter. I mean, typically we have some major snowstorms out in Colorado that we just haven't seen yet. And so now you've got this snowstorm or system coming in, and it's that light 3 to 4 to 5 inches, except out in Reno. I think Dave said Donner Pass, they're expecting about a foot in the upper elevations. But this is where when it changes over and you get the morning to the day or the afternoon to the evening, where temperatures start to freeze and wet pavement starts to refreeze, things like that, and it catches you off guard. Don't get caught off guard out there, folks. Remember, wet pavement is wet pavement, and if there's a chance of ice, you have to believe it's out there somewhere. Slow it down, get off the road, whatever you got to do to be safe and protect life out there.